Hi everybody, this is Bryce. I've had several requests from people that were wanting an update on some things that we did to the car, or one of the things we did to the car over the winter. First of all, my wife Donna and I, we have a 71 Cuda with a 426 Hemi in it with slapstick automatic and a gear vendor overdrive. And the main thing we did this winter was we put it on a no-carb diet. What I mean by that is this is the factory intake and the two 4-barrels that were on the 426 Hemi. Hemi means hemispherical cylinder heads. They are high flow system. These are the carburetors that we took off. They were 625 CFMs with progressive linkage, meaning it runs off both carburetors, but when you're driving, you're normally driving off the rear one. And when you get into the throttle far enough, it actually opens the front one and they reach wide open throttle at the same time. That's how the factory did it. That air cleaner fits that system and fits our new system also. One of the things we considered, and some people are doing, is to use a single 4-barrel. I'm using this as an example. You basically take your carburetor that bolts here, you remove it, bolt on their system in its place. It's a direct fit bolt in, and it sprays fuel down inside here through a dual plane manifold. This one's dual plane. Basically, one side of the carburetor runs 4 cylinders, the other side runs the other 4 cylinders, and it's good for lower end power, colder weather, better emissions, things like that. Higher RPM manifolds tend to run a single plane manifold or fuel injection systems. So this is what we did. We put an Edelbrock ProFlow 4 system on, and this system has dual throttle bodies. Instead of 625s, they're 1,000 apiece with only air going in them. It's a single plane manifold, meaning it's a direct runner straight to the intake valve. This system is multi-port, or sequential multi-port fuel injection. Has an injector for each cylinder. As you can see, one here, and so on. 2 fuel rails. Fuel comes in the back. There's a pressure sensor. Fuel comes in the back, comes down this rail. Transfer tube runs across. All these injectors are on a common pressure. And over here is a fuel regulator. Anything over 45 pounds of fuel pressure is returned to the tank. I like that system because it keeps cooler fuel available to the engine. Really important, especially on hot days. Prevents vapor lock. Actually gives you a little more power, a little more drivability. We're running dual electric fans. These fans are off of a B-Cool system. They're good to 800 horsepower, which I don't have. I'm closer to 5. The computer that runs it is that little guy right there. This system does not require a laptop. It's all done on an app, on a tablet, or on your phone. I've just got a tablet here, for example. I don't have it Bluetooth connected because the key's off. I'll show you that in a second. This system is, actually I'm running an MSD ignition coil. That's recommended by Edelbrock. It's a high voltage output. Computer runs the ignition system, runs the fuel pump, runs the fuel injectors, runs all of that system basically all by itself. It has learning capabilities. I can program it from my phone. Just basically punch in the settings that I want. They have recommended settings. Not really very difficult. But that computer will run the fans, and you can run those fans individually. You can have the computer can turn one on at 180, one on at 190. Whatever you want. You can have them come on at the same time. You're capable of doing that. You can set your ignition curve, base timing, the curve, the maximum timing that the timing comes into play. I probably said it runs a fuel pump. I have the fuel pump inside the tank like a modern car. You can set all your fuel mixtures. In this case, 3 different ones. They are basically at idle and cruising mixture, and you actually got your acceleration and wide open throttle. A lot of choices there. You can actually set the fuel off. If you're exiting off the interstate, for example, you take your foot off the throttle, you're driving 70 mile an hour, it will shut the fuel off which saves fuel, and it doesn't dump fuel into your exhaust system. And you can set the speed at which it does that. And you can choose not to do that. I chose to. But anyway, we'll turn the key on. We'll Bluetooth this to the system. Now it's engaged. It shows you battery voltage, throttle position, engine RPMs, coolant temperature, fuel pressures, idler controls, all that. It's all done by Bluetooth. Very responsive, great drivability. I would encourage anybody to consider fuel injection on these old cars. You gain reliability, you gain a little fuel economy, maybe. You gain a little bit of drivability. Anybody can drive one of these now. You know, you do away with carburetors, you're doing away with all the problems that come with carburetors. So I don't know if I've left anything out. Anybody got any questions? I'm always glad to talk. Always glad to help. If anybody's doing their own system, I can make recommendations for you. So thanks for listening.